Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 3030 channel. This is your July 2021 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So let's see what we get. Okay, so we have Mercury. So, Mercury's pretty much wrapping up its retrograde cycle, and it's going to finally be out of its shadow, I think, around at the end of the first week of July. And it's still going to be in Gemini for quite a while, then it's going to move into Cancer eventually. All right, we have 5, the 5th house. So, of course, when we get toward the end of July, we're going to see the sun move into your 5th house, which is Leo, and Mars will be in there pretty much all of July too. Just moved into Leo, and we also have Taurus, so your 2nd house of finances, possession, self-worth. So keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So this is actually Taurus energy right here. So already we see one of your areas of focus popping up. But yeah, obviously this could definitely be related to finances. We see the Pentacles there. It could just be saying that, maybe a job that you've been working at for a while, maybe you're just caught up in how monotonous it might be. So, you might be looking for something that's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging. For others of you, you might feel like it's just gotten stagnant, where, maybe you felt like it might have gotten you to 6 of Pentacles rather quickly, but now you feel like the growth opportunities within it are shrinking. That's one way I could see it playing out. So you could be, possibly even deciding if this is around investments too. Maybe you've made investments and they were growing at a rapid rate. Now they might have slowed down, right? Because investments have been a bit tricky for people to navigate as well. But yeah, it looks like something you put a lot of time into, and you're considering if you still want to continue to put your time, effort, and energy into it. Doesn't necessarily have to be finances, but definitely seems to be a work-related thing there. All right. In the challenge or obstacle position, we have the 8 of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here. So yeah, it could just be saying what I was feeling there, where, for some of you, you want something that's a bit more adventurous, that speaks to you, that's a bit more challenging, right? And for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe the challenge is you might need to diversify your platform. So let's say if you guys own a business, right? Could just be saying you might have to put yourself, like, make a website, right? Maybe you only have local clientele, but you could put what you're offering on a website to expand your business that way. This could even be saying if you're at a job that you're unsatisfied with, the challenge there could be saying, maybe to put your resume out. And, what I would say with situations like that is sometimes even if you don't see something you like, just going through that search process could even help you appreciate where you are a little bit more, So, like, let's say you're like, I'm not really too happy with this job. You look at what's available out there in the job market and realize that they're even worse, So you're like, all right, so it could actually help reset your gratitude toward what you're already working toward. So that's one way that could play out too. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. It looks like, could just be saying that you might need to branch out a bit more to get progress. In the foundation position, we have the sun. So whatever the case may be, however this scenario seems to be playing out with the sun in the foundation position, this definitely seems to be a positive thing. Now, for some of you, like I said, it could just be possibly when we actually get toward the end of July, you might start to feel this energy a bit more when the sun moves into Leo. It's a much more supportive energy for you guys as a fellow fire sign. And like I said, even just having Mars in there could also be livening you guys up a bit too. But yeah, this is definitely a pretty positive card to have, especially in the foundation. All right, in the past position, we have the 3 of Swords. So this is Libra energy here, which for you guys is your opposite sign. So for some of you, this might have been a relationship that you're going through some difficulties with as well, and maybe deciding there, right? Like, do I want to continue to move forward with this relationship? That's how it could be playing out for some of you. And for some of you, this might have been a disappointment around any partnership or contract that you might have had. So yeah, this could necessarily, doesn't necessarily have to be romance. It could just be a business deal that might not have went the way you hoped it would have, but definitely looks like you were going through a bit of disappointment in the past. All right. In the present position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, again, your foundation and in your present energy, pretty supportive, positive energies here. But this is actually Jupiter energy, and Jupiter's about to start a retrograde process, and basically it's going to go back into Aquarius in July, which is your 11th house. So, maybe you've been getting some more ideas around situations, like what you could do differently in your situation as it's been moving through Pisces, but might have felt like it wasn't the right time to implement anything. So maybe as it goes back into Aquarius, that might make you feel a little bit more comfortable navigating through that energy and actually putting some of those things to practice. Or maybe that'll put you in touch with some groups that might actually be able to help advance you guys forward in some way. But yeah, either way, it looks like you're, moving in a more positive direction. All right. In the near future position, we have the Eight of Cups, which is Pisces energy, and the Three of Pentacles. So, this is actually the first 10 degrees of Pisces, which is actually where Jupiter has been. And so, usually this points to moving away from something to seek something more fulfilling. So, kind of what I was saying there, where maybe you felt like this, where you're at now is just very monotonous thing, right? Maybe you feel like the room for growth is kind of limited. So, this could just be saying you guys might be moving away from that environment and looking for something that's a much more collaborative environment, but also maybe one that speaks to your soul a little bit more, because to me, I view this as like a combination of that Saturn energy, which lends the long-term stability, but also like a Venusian element to it, which means that you enjoy it, you'd be pleased with the outcome. So it could just be saying that that's what you guys might be doing. You might move away from something, and it might even be on the surface a bit of a backstep, right? If you had the Seven of Pentacles there, now you see three here. But I feel like it could just be where you're looking for something that's a bit more fulfilling for you on a soul level. All right, the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Three of Cups. So this is Cancer energy here. It's definitely a bit of a celebratory energy. Usually I see it as reconnecting with long-standing friends, possibly even siblings. But yeah, definitely has that celebratory vibe to it. So whatever changes you're making, excuse me, seems to be positive for sure. So that's definitely a good sign. Timeline-wise, this could just be pointing to early July, actually, because that's what these degrees of Cancer represent. All right, in the environment position, we have Justice. So this is actually the major arcana card for Libra. So this could just be saying balance around whatever that disappointment was that you had in the past on the one hand. On another, it could just be saying that, if you do put yourself out there in some way, like I was saying, maybe you have to just, if you want a new job altogether, put your resume out there, right? If you want to expand your business, you might have to start a website or go on other social media platforms to get more exposure, things along those lines. But with this showing up in the environment position, I feel like this is saying that, whatever work you put in, you will receive fair compensation for it. So pretty positive energy there. This can be another person. I'm not really getting like much of a one-to-one relationship vibe here, but could be someone in your environment as well. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, and the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy. So yeah, definitely here for sure. It looks like that desire for movement. I feel like this is kind of pointing to, you guys wanting to break away from the traditional, right? Because we see the Hierophant representing very much tradition, the Chariot representing movement, and then the Knight of Wands just has that more exotic feel to it, right? So I feel like this is basically what it's saying, that, the situation you're in now, for some of you really could be possibly a relationship that you're wanting to be free of, but I'm not getting that as heavily. Like I said, I feel like this is definitely more around a business for you guys. And yeah, I feel like this is just saying, maybe you might have even reached a high level of success where you're at as far as the career path you're on now, but it might just not speak to your soul anymore, to where you're like, you know what, I kind of want something that's more fulfilling, right? So that's what I'm seeing there. And then in the outcome position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So to be fair, given what we were just talking about, this isn't the most exciting of energy, right? But it is a long-term, reliable, stable offer. So for some of you, it could just be, like I said, you might just shift from one job to another. For others of you, this could just be finding a way where you're at to expand the business exposure there. But yeah, this is Virgo energy here. So could just be saying whatever the move is, if you do decide to make a move, it might take a little bit longer than you were hoping for, but I feel like it will come through. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. So yeah, like I said, I'm kind of picking up on energy. I feel like this is just representing you guys wanted that change, right? Like I said, it feels like you're feeling a bit stagnant where you're currently at. We even see the Three of Wands under that, which is another Aries energy, usually represents waiting for your ships to come in. So I feel like this is you guys just wanting that change. And then we actually see the Emperor there too. So definitely looks like you guys are ready for change for sure. All right, and moving on to your Oracle card, we have a leg up. There's the artwork, and the number is 34. All right, we'll see what it says. All right, it says receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So, obviously, a positive message there, and it makes me think of what I was saying with the Wheel of Fortune energy. Maybe when it moves back into Aquarius, you might get in touch with some different groups that might be able to advance your cause forward, whatever it may be. And that could be what that Three of Cups energy is representing there, too. And even the Justice card, could just be saying, support, a supportive environment that helps bring balance for you guys. The relationship message says relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you were there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So, and again, pretty positive message there. And again, I feel like that's again pointing to that supportive energy in the environment with the Justice card there. And given that that was the relationship message, it definitely makes sense for you guys, given that Libra is your opposite sign of relationships. And the prosperity message says, now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. So interesting message there too, because that's another way it could be playing out, I guess, for some of you too, which could just be saying that Seven of Pentacles could be like physical exhaustion because this Eight of Wands could represent a lot of business coming in and you're just feeling a bit overwhelmed in that regard. So definitely another way it could be playing out. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then as far as the mentor part, that could definitely be what this Justice card is pointing to as well. So hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we have Mudra for you guys. The Mudra you got is the Yoni Mudra. There it is there. Keyword for it is receptivity. All right, there's a lot of info on this card, so all right, well, let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. All right, so get part of it in the frame there if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. And we'll move it up so we can get the rest. All right, so yeah, under benefits, it says improves the health of the sexual organs, invites a healthy sense of sacredness around sexuality, increases receptivity, fluidity, and emotional sensitivity, serves as a gateway to embrace what we can't understand, mystery, creates a physical mandala to worship the divine feminine. So that sounds like something that would be beneficial for you guys. We'll put the name of the Mudra in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.